So I'm just going to share with you a little story about how I met the incredible Miss Holly Hull. So, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, I started working at the middle school, teaching middle school special education. I should hold up a cue card. Everybody's supposed to go, ooh, let's try it again. So I teach middle school special education. Right? And COVID was a blast. But that's another Oprah. So I was over in the middle school. I had taught kindergarten for decades and decades and decades. And I went over, and I didn't really know anybody there, so like I'm trying to make a good first impression, smiling at everybody, and I'm trying to be like, please like me. And so I had to run some papers. I go into the photocopy room, and on top of the machine is some paperwork, some personal paperwork that somebody probably doesn't want me to see. Unfortunately, I have really slow processing time. So I'm looking at the paperwork and I'm thinking, I should really leave because I don't want everybody to think, oh, the new girl's really nosy. She was totally in there looking at my paperwork and wasn't even her business. So I'm like, okay, leave, feet, move. So anyway, as I turn to move, in comes the absolute most adorable person that I have ever met in my life. She had... Okay, it's true though. So yeah, she comes flying in, and she's like mumbling to herself, and she grabs the paperwork off the photocopy machine, and she turns around, and she just like stops. Like I don't even think she saw me when she first came in, right? And I'm just like, oh my God, you're so freaking cute. And she was like very professional. She's like, oh, hi. And she's introducing herself like, I'm Holly. And I'm like, oh, hi. I don't even know if I said anything. I can't remember. I think I was just like, look how cute you are. And so she introduced herself, and then she just kind of breezed out, right? And I was just kind of standing there, and she's walking down the hallway, and I'm like, oh. Perfect hair, dressed to the nines, beautiful shoes. I'm like looking at her shoes, and I'm like, no. Yeah, red soled shoes. Christian Louboutins, right? Who knows Christian? Christian Louboutins, come on, you know he's my boyfriend. He's probably gay, but I love his shoes. So I was like, at that moment, I was totally in love with this woman. So anyway, we got to know each other, became friends very quickly. I discovered that the beauty inside of her far surpassed the beauty outside of her, which is saying a lot. I found out that she had 3 kids, count them, 3. I think at the time 7, 5, and 2. She was getting her master's degree. She was working full time. She's just an absolute beast. And she knows how to get people to work for her, doesn't she? She knows how to. Yeah, she does. She's awesome at that. So, and we need more women out there in this world who can do that. So anyway, I became her wingman, and we started doing stuff at school. We started instituting programs. We were doing a district-wide AIS program, iReady program. She had me help her write, produce, and shoot an anti-bullying video, which we've continued to do ever since, and we win every year. It's true, so it's all good. So Carson got diagnosed, and Holly finished her administrative degree. She took a job. She left me, moved to greener pastures, whiter pastures. I'm not sure how we can put that. And we kind of lost touch for a little bit. And then, I don't know, one evening I was laying in bed scrolling through Facebook, because it puts me to sleep. People post like the dumbest stuff. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, this is what he had for dinner, who cares? So I'm scrolling through Facebook, half asleep, and I come across this post. And somebody, some energetic individual out there who probably has no idea what they're doing wants to start a nonprofit organization to raise money for cancer research. So I'm like, that's totally cool. Like, I lost my dad when I was 24 to cancer. He was very young. He was actually a year older than I am now. So that seems really, really young now, the older I get. So I want to be part of something like that, but I'm like, starting it from the ground up, that's crazy. Like, the paperwork alone would take like a year. I'm like, whoever this is, they have high aspirations, which I respect, but I had no intention of joining. So I kind of scroll back down, half asleep, and I see who posted it. And I believe I said this out loud. I don't know. Sean hadn't come to bed yet. But I think I said, Holly LeBombard? If there's anybody out there that can do it. It's my girl crush, apparently, Holly. So I said, I'm totally in. And I'm like, I'm in. So that's how we kind of came to starting Hope for Miracles. She was amazing, and she got this whole thing going. And that's why we're here tonight. So it is my absolute sincere honor and incredible pleasure to introduce to all of you the lady of the evening and my dear friend, Holly